Nikita Krylov versus Ryan Spann was canceled, and in the new main event, Brendan Allen got a third round submission win against number 11th ranked Andre Muniz in middleweight. Now, first of all, what happened with Nikita Krylov? Why did the main event get canceled 2 hours before it was meant to happen? Well, it's all because of a food-related illness that happened on the Nikita Krylov side that led him to pull out of the fight just 2 hours before it was meant to happen. This was right before Mike Mallet was meant to fight Johan Lainesi, and that's when it was announced to everybody that the fight had been called off. And then just a few fights later, it had been announced that it was called off because of a food-related illness on Nikita Krylov's side. And because of that, the new main event was now Andre Muniz versus Brendan Allen. And this is kind of similar to what happened with Derek Lewis versus Sergey Spivak the first time they were scheduled to fight back in November. And pretty much what happened there was, Derek Lewis had to pull out of his fight just a few hours before it was meant to happen because of a food-related illness. And the new main event was the Ion Kutalaba fight, where it was still a 3-round fight, but it was a main event. And that's what happened here. Andre Muniz versus Brendan Allen was a main event fight. 3 rounds still. And in the final round, Brendan Allen was able to get that submission win. Super impressed with his performance. I had Muniz winning by a decision. I thought Muniz was going to make it look fairly easy. But, with Brendan Allen, I guess, his last few performances showed that he's not a guy you want to mess around with. And he showed that tonight, submitting a very good submission artist like Andre Muniz, who has submitted some top jiu-jitsu guys before and is number 11 in the middleweight rankings. Brendan Allen is going to join the top 15 on Tuesday. And super impressed with his performance. The first round was fairly close. I think it was 50-50 between most of the fans. The second round was all Brendan Allen, and then in the third round, it was even more Brendan Allen, and then he got the submission win. He showed that he can stand and bang with Andre Muniz with top 15 middleweights. He also has better ground game than Andre Muniz, who has some of the best ground game in the middleweight division right now. So Brendan Allen is going to be a big problem for middleweights in the future. And I don't know who his next fight's going to be. I think a lot of middleweights a lot of the top guys at middleweight are scheduled to fight. But whoever it is that's next, I think they're going to have a tough time fighting Brendan Allen. And who else? Tatiana Suarez, super impressive. I had her winning by a decision, but, Tatiana Suarez, she's just better than that. Even after a layoff, she got that second round submission win. And now she's coming back to strawweight. She's going to chase that title. I'm excited to see where she goes next. Her message after her fight, like, whatever adversity you face in your career, you can always come back from it. And that was a nice message there too. Also, who else? Jordan Levitt. Jordan Levitt had a really nice finish there. His first knockout in the UFC. That was a really good finish. You could tell it meant so much to him, and it was a really good comeback fight and comeback performance after his loss to Paddy Pimblett back in July. That was a good one. Also, Trevor Peek. That guy is, he is powerful, and he's a fun guy to watch as well. That was his UFC debut. I can't wait to see where he goes next in his career. I think Eric Gonzalez is going to get cut. Kind of sad, but he's on a 2-fight first round finish losing streak. He also got knocked out by Jim Miller before that. He hasn't won in the UFC. He's 0-3. Eric Gonzalez is likely going to get cut. One of the guys I hope doesn't get cut, Rafael Alves. He was the opener for this fight. He's super fun to watch fight, and the finger biting was a bit weird, but it's always fun to watch. It's always a blessing to watch Rafael Alves fight, and I hope that they don't cut him from the roster, even though I know he's faced a few losses recently. They should keep him on because that guy's very, very entertaining. Also, Nurullo Aliyev, he's got a whole country behind him. I mean, if you saw the broadcast, there was thousands of people from Tajikistan. I think that's how you say it, Tajikistan. And when the fight went down, it was 3 a.m. over there because of the time zones. And over there was just thousands of people huddled around on a field watching Nurullo Aliyev fight and cheering him on back in his home country. So that was really cool to see that they're all backing the fighter from their hometown. That was really cool to see there. And yeah, man, I don't really know what else to go over. If we look at these rankings, Brendan Allen's going to enter around number 11. Yeah, he's going to enter at number 11. Muniz will be 12th. Imavov will be 13th. Gastelum will be 14th. Chris Curtis will once again be 15th. Darren Till will become unranked after this fight. So, yeah, I just got to wait for that. And any other fights I got to go over? As far as Mike Mallet had a good performance. Canada, man. Jasmine Jasudavicius as well. And Mike Mallet, they're putting Canada back on the map there. Ode Osborne versus Charles Johnson was a really good one as well. That was a nice fight. The nut shot was kind of weird, but the fight was nuts either way. So Joe Solecki as well. I mean, very crazy submission there. I mean, he was out cold. Carl Deaton was, and yeah, that is my 6-minute immediate thoughts after UFC Vegas 70. Go ahead, leave a like, subscribe, and I was really sad that main event got canceled. I mean, I was looking forward to that for so long. That was a good one, but yeah, Brendan Allen, he's gonna be a problem at middleweight.